The Biden administration has awarded more than $1 billion to projects to improve rail safety. The funding follows the devastating train derailment and explosion in East Palestine, Ohio in February, and a rail car explosion in Nebraska last month. Scripps national correspondent Dan Grossman takes a look at some of the necessary changes officials agree are long overdue.
Train safety is something most of us only think about when things go wrong. Now our government is investing millions of dollars to ensure people and goods are transported safely, all the while adding jobs to our economy. These are the remains of what used to be a rail car at the Bailey Rail Yard in North Platte, Nebraska. The explosion happened on September 14th and sent highly toxic perchloric acid into the air. No one was hurt and evacuation orders were lifted quickly. But the occurrence isn't a tale of what was, rather one of what could have been.
So many communities living around railroad facilities are now asking, are we going to be the next community, the next household to have our day or our lives upended by some kind of railroad incident? It's yet another example of why it's so urgent.
Secretary of Transportation Pete Buttigieg was one of the key members in getting Congress to allocate $1.4 billion to railroad improvements nationwide. The money will fund 75 projects in 35 states as it repairs bridges, modernizes equipment, and updates safety features to help freight and people alike, particularly with the East Palestine, Ohio derailment so closely in the rear view.
I think the public attention to railroad safety that came after the East Palestine derailment in Ohio is helping propel the will to do even more. Yes, we were already at work on these physical infrastructure improvements, and we were already at work on a number of safety improvements, but I think this has really galvanized a sense that there needs to be more.
Do you feel like this was long overdue?
I do feel it was long overdue. Yeah.
Dan Quick served in the Nebraska legislature until 2020 and was also a member of the Midwest Interstate Passenger Rail Commission. He says our country's rail system is the bedrock of its transportation. And even though the advent of cars and planes have made its passenger travel less desirable, it's still in many ways the engine that keeps part of our economy running.
It's not only going to help improve those rail sites and those areas, but it's also going to help with economic growth. I know here in Grand Island, they're getting $15.2 million. It's going to add 12 jobs to this facility. They're going to it could add another 40 jobs locally.
At the heart of it, though, leaders say the money is about safety and ensuring what's preventable remains preventable.
Sometimes in Washington, people talk about regulation like it's all just meaningless red tape. But in this case, it's really designed to keep people safe.
Dan Grossman, Scripps News, Denver.